For your consideration for the Cardboard Edison Awards, I'd like to present Outflank. Outflank is a 2 or 4 player tactical or strategic war game where players are placing down formations to advance across the field and capture their opponent's formations. There's no dice. There's technically no edge to the boards, and players can spend their turns doing what they think is necessary to actually succeed. So if you need to draw up cards to expand your options, you can do that. You can play cards. When you play cards, you have to link you have to be able to trace a link to your start. So this card can go here, and this card can go here because this traces a line through this formation, and this card traces a line through this formation back to the start. You're trying to capture your opponent's pieces by attacking the weak spots on them. Now, a unit being attacked is fine until the second attacker is placed against them. So this is attacking the undefended side, and this is attacking the undefended corner. This card would then be immediately removed once this card is placed onto the field. The next thing of importance is that any other tiles beyond the tile taken that can no longer trace a link back to the start are also removed. So if this tile is removed and this can no longer trace a path back, they are also removed. And that's 3 markers towards Red's victory. These are victory markers over here for either side, and they're reversible like the cards or tiles. The next thing to be aware of is the mercenaries and the rush tokens. These modify tiles as they are played. So you can have up to 5 formations on a tile, and it costs 5 action points to play something with 5 formations, 4 points on a turn for 4 formations, and 3 points on a turn to play 3 formation cards. The mercenaries can be added cards that have 3 or 4 formations on them to improve the strength, allow them to attack other units, or to be used to link back to another unit. So this tile can be played like this, with this being the piece, these mercenaries being the link between the start and the tile. There are 6 available in a 2-player game, and there are 10 available in a 4-player game. The rush tokens can also be placed on tiles, and they cover up spots. So if I want to play this card and I do not feel that this piece is necessary, I can cover it up and reduce the cost of the card by 1. And then that opens up the availability for me to actually place mercenaries on another spot if I have them. Drawing a card either from this bag or from the 3 cards that are always out at the, and are replaced when drawn takes 2 action points. Drawing mercenaries and rush tokens, which are up on the reverse sides of each other, is 2 points. At the end of your turn, you get a free draw from the bag, and then you discard down to 5 cards and 2 mercenaries. If you feel that a tile is in a bad location and you do not want it on the board anymore, you can withdraw it back to your hand for the cost it took to play it, but you cannot cut off any other units in the process. So if this is over here, I cannot withdraw this one because there's nothing linking it back to the start. If you get across the field in a 2-player game and get units behind your opponent's start, say back here or even further back, those are raiding their supply lines. At the end of Red's turn, if those tiles are still there, they must take a card that they have played and discard it back to the bag, and it does not count towards the 4 needed to capture, needed to win the game. In a 4-player game, there is no rating. Instead, players can link up to their allies who are diagonally across from them. So, if you can trace a line between you and your ally, you can then play off their cards as if they were your own, anywhere on the field of battle. If your start is captured in either 2-player or 4-player, you are eliminated from the game. As long as your ally is still in the game and connected to you, all your pieces would remain with him. In a 2-player game, if your start is eliminated, you just lose. The game takes about 15 to 25 minutes in 2-player and 30 minutes to 40 minutes with 4 players. I'd like to thank you very much for your consideration.